This morning, Oti and I are following a route from the Roaches car park, hopefully to 3 Shires Head. So let's go. So we're heading out of the car park, turning left. There's even a handy sign. After the boundary of the car park, turn left, over bridge, over the stream. Well, that looks like a left turn to me. Back the bridge, over a stream. Hey, it's looking promising. This is all very pretty. I think that's our gate ahead. Walk diagonally across the field to the small gate at the far end, keeping the river on the left. Bit spurtly through here, let's bear that in mind. Through the gate, turn right, path goes up and round to the left, and we're going to Dane View House where we turn left and start following DVW way markers. This is the left turn. Worth noting, it's not actually got DVW on the sign, so make sure you look out for it. There we go. Footpath takes a right here, straight on. Ah, we're even marked. 3 Shires Head, 2.5 kilometres. You've got to have confidence on such a well-used route. They will only have docile cattle out here. Touchwood seems to be the case so far. So we've got many gates across many fields. It's really very lovely out here though, despite the weather. The next thing we're going to be looking out for is a crossroads path where we take a clearly marked left-hand one. But I'm not so keen on going through fields of cows, as you all know. Oh, we've got duckies ahead. Hey? This really is all very lovely. And the mist really sort of adds to the atmosphere. Morning, I think we'll stay out your way. Shame you're in the gateway. Let you guys come through the gateway and then we'll come through, okay? Deal. Well, we're still going across those fields. I must say this is going on further through fields of livestock than I expected. Hey little one, no, you don't need to be brave, you stay over there. Good girl, Oats. So this is where the paths cross, and this is the prominent way marker. Let's actually go and see what's on it. And from what I gather we're going left here. Oh yeah, DVW. Public footpath, 3 Shires Head ahead, grab back, Notbury. Lovely, we're on the right route. Let's carry on. It's always quite reassuring when you see a nice sign. I will just say these paths are very rutted, muddy. They are farm tracks, so I definitely recommend walking boots. And I've got my gaiters on as well because it's so wet out here. Unfortunately, because it's all farmed animals, they're quite tame and I'm all fairly convinced you're going to feed them. Morning guys, still following our directions. We're on this grassy track for about 200 metres and then we're looking for a rocky track down to the right. Right, I think this road we're on is what they're describing as a rocky track, because here's our next way marker up diagonally uphill, which is what I'm looking out for. So let's head that way. I haven't seen this rocky track down to the right yet, which I was expecting to. So we'll keep looking. Meanwhile, a nice spot for Oti to have a drink. Good girl. Drink. That looks promising. Group of walkers ahead of us. So it looks like this track here, because it says we're to ignore the track that heads diagonally right, steeper, up towards the trees. So I'm pretty certain this is the one for us. Right, I'm pretty certain that this is the path I should have come up. I just went one too low. So we're carrying on through here, and that still looks like a rocky valley. So let's carry on, little dark dog. Well, we've come to a dead end, so that obviously wasn't right. So I think we need to be a bit higher up. So let's go up to the next path up. We've just joined a much nicer trail. Very much more defined. The weather's getting worse, but there we go. Another sign, BVW. I'm going to ignore this sign for now, because the instructions I'm following say continue downhill, and you should see the defined bridges and waterfalls of 3 Shires ahead of you. So we'll keep going down here for a while. Take care and watch your footing along here. It really is pretty rocky, but it's very, very pretty. It's the first opportunity Oti's had for a bit of a run where we're not through livestock. Worth noting. If this had been first walk of holiday, she'd have wanted a decent walk first before we came out. Is this good fun? Is it? It's touch on the damp side, but this is why I put gaiters on, and I'm hoping that it makes the falls fairly spectacular. Good girl. Now I'm starting to hear a waterfall, which is promising. Can't see it yet though. There we go. There was a dip in the path. We've come up the other side, and there it is ahead of us. What a spectacular view. Now I'm going to be honest here, it's a lot smaller than I expected. It's flying very well though, looking brilliant. But I don't know, in my head it was just a lot higher. Let's carry on and investigate. There we go. Clearly see. Right, I'm going to get Oti back with me. I've called Oti back to me because these are just too fast flowing to mess around with. But there we go, isn't that stunning? We'll go down and have a closer look in a minute. This is a great way to see how the rivers all meet. There we go. And going on down into the very misty valley. Definitely not a day for swimming, but absolutely a day to appreciate this full power of water. Wow! Okay, standing above it now. Looking down into the valley. Now before we go back, as the water is looking so stunning, I'm going to carry on just for a minute and have a look around up here. Now walking up I can see the waterfall here. but nowhere near good enough visibility. So I think it's time for me to have a look at our directions and think about heading back. So when I'm ready to leave, it said go over main bridge, turn left. So that will be track that's now ahead of us. So having left very early, it was really fortunate that I got the place to myself for a little while. As we head off, let's look behind us. There we go. Wow. Right, we better carry on. It'll be too easy to stay here all day. What a great view of the other side of the valley, the one we already walked along. Now we're on this for about 400 metres and then looking for a signpost down to our left. Now I'm not the best at measuring in metres, but I reckon it shouldn't be too long before we're looking for this footpath sign down to our left. Let's just take a moment, isn't that spectacular? What I'm not going to want to do though is end up too much higher in the mist. This looks like one ahead of us, and it's going to take us onto a grassy track, across a field and through a gate. So, let's follow it and head this way. It's all pretty spectacular through here. We've even got my favourite cows, belted Galloways. Right, where the path forks, take the left hand lower path through a gap in a stone wall with a signpost low to the ground. So that looks like my gap in the wall. And that's the way we'll be going. This track emerges onto a lane. So this is a lane. Turn left, down the hill, and through a gate. Morning chickens! Chicks everywhere. That's proper free range chickens. Hey gang! So we're heading down this way. Now just take care, it is slippery down here. Look at this wonderful moss on the walls and the tree roots. Such a vivid green. Oh, this really is spectacular. I'm videoing this bit, you know, just because it's so pretty. Isn't that lovely? And this is what I really think of as sort of Peak District, I guess. Just stunning. It's a real balance. And please, I do appreciate feedback. I don't want to bore those of you watching and coming walking with us, but I also want to record enough that you really get to appreciate where we are and enjoy our spectacular UK countryside with Oti and I. We're heading through a gate, down the lane, and then looking for Whole Edge Farm. I'm assuming that's our gate. It just feels as though it's going in the wrong direction. But there we go. That definitely didn't feel right, so I've turned back. I'm fairly sure the gate they're referring to is that one that's being held open at the moment, and then continue down this lane where we have a shorthorn. Right, we'll keep well out of our way as we can. Good girl, you stay over there. Okay, this could be interesting. I want to get past. See where she is. This is straight up here maybe. I'm not so happy, but I seem to be going off track. But they're moving stock, and I've got to do as I'm asked. So we're going through this gate and then back on ourselves. So that young girl didn't know where the farm is I'm looking for, but she's given me directions to the church. And as long as I get back down onto that lane down there, we should be okay. So now I'm basically going to look at doing the whole start of the route in reverse to get us back to Roaches car park. I'm feeling much happier because this is looking familiar from earlier. After I came through that gap in the wall, I nearly went through that bog, went round it, and this is all looking much more familiar. So much happier. We're back on track. Possibly not the track we were supposed to go back on, but it'll do. So we've come off the stony track, back onto the grassy track. We'll get there. We'll get somewhere. This sign looks very familiar, and I know I've wandered out to peer at it. Excellent. So that is our way back and across the fields.